iOS 26 just dropped, and while Apple showed off a lot of flashy new features, some hidden gems make your iPhone easier to use, especially if you're over 40 and want things simple, clear, and frustration-free. Today, I'm going to walk you through 5 essential iPhone tips that will make your day-to-day life smoother. Plus, if you stick around for a bonus tip at the end, it'll change how you use your iPhone in restaurants, stores, and probably at home. Stick around for that one. Whether you've been using iPhones for years or just upgraded, these tips are designed to make things clearer, calmer, and more in your control. Let's start with one that'll finally stop, or at least cut down those annoying spam calls. Spam calls have become relentless, but iOS 26 finally fights back with call screening. Now, when someone calls from a number not in your contacts, your iPhone will ask them to say their name and reason before you decide to pick up. Let's walk through how to set up call screening for unknown numbers. The first thing we're going to do is just go to your main iPhone screen settings. We're going to click on Settings, and then we'll scroll all the way down to Apps. And if we click on P, it'll jump us right down to the phone section. So we'll click on Phone, then we'll scroll all the way down to Screen Unknown Callers. It's currently set to Never. I'm going to change it to Ask Reason for Calling. When I do this, what will happen is when an unknown number or a number that's not listed in my contacts shows up, the iPhone will actually prompt the caller to say their name and the reason for their call. And then that'll show up on the home screen on your iPhone, so you can make a decision at that point as to whether to answer the phone or not. So go ahead and just select Ask Reason for Calling. The other option is you can just choose Silence, and that will just not let the call go through, and they'll go straight to voicemail. I do like the Ask the Reason for Calling because it does give me just a heads up as to who's calling and if I want to take that call or not. Next time, instead of a mystery number, you'll see a short message that says, "This is Tom from your pharmacy calling about your prescription." You can decide if it's worth answering, and if it's spam, ignore it confidently. Apple finally listened. You no longer have to live with that weird 9-minute snooze. iOS 26 will let you choose exactly how long your snooze lasts. Let's take a look at how to change the duration for snooze. This one's pretty simple. What we do is we're going to click on Clock. Then we're just going to tap on a random alarm. In this case, I'll use my morning wake-up alarm that I have set. Click Change. And if I scroll down, you'll see an option for snooze duration. And now I can set that to any interval between 1 minute and 15 minutes instead of that arbitrary 9 minutes. Let's go ahead and change it to 15 minutes. So if you're the kind who needs a gentle start, try 10 or 15 minutes. Or if you want to train yourself to wake up faster, try setting the snooze for 5 minutes. This is one of those minor updates that makes morning just a little bit saner. I'm surprised it took them this long to give us this option. Apple's new liquid glass design in iOS 26 looks sleek, but for many people, it can be harder to read. Text fades into backgrounds, and menus blur more than you might like. Luckily, you can fix that in seconds. However, I would encourage you to try the default settings at least for a few hours so you can experience them. But let's go in and see how we can change these settings. We'll click on Settings. We'll scroll down to Accessibility, Display and Text Size, and then we can set bold text on. We can click on Reduce Transparency and Increase Contrast. This gives you solid backgrounds and sharper text, making everything easier on the eyes, especially in bright light or if your vision just isn't what it used to be. This is one of my new favorite settings in iOS 26. Have you ever been stuck on hold listening to elevator music for 20 minutes? Well, now your iPhone can wait for you. The new Hold Assist feature listens for when a real person comes back on the line and then will alert you. Let's see how to set that up now. To turn on Hold Assist, we'll go to Settings, scroll all the way down to Apps, click on P, tap on Phone, and then scroll down to Hold Assist Detection. The way Hold Assist works is it will listen for music and then prompt you to say, "Would you like to go on Hold Assist?" It will continue monitoring until it hears a live voice, and then it'll chime your phone to let you know that somebody has picked up the phone on the other end, and you can resume the call. If you're already on a call and it hasn't detected that you're on hold, you can simply tap the More button and Hold Assist and it will engage. The next time you call your insurance company or tech support and you hear how important your call is, just tap Hold for me. when it appears. You can set the phone down, go make some coffee, and when someone finally answers, your iPhone will ding and say, "Agent is ready." Scam texts are sneaky, fake delivery alerts, fake banks, all of it. iOS 26 can now filter unknown senders into their own folder so your inbox stays clean. Let's see how to enable unknown and spam filter settings. We'll click on Settings, scroll down to Apps. We'll tap on M to jump to the Messages section. Tap on Messages, and we will scroll down and toggle on Filter Spam. You can also toggle on Screen Unknown Senders. This will hide notifications and move messages to an unknown senders list. Once you've enabled Screen Unknown Senders, you can allow notifications to pass through. For example, if it detects that it might be time sensitive, a notification will pop up. You can also do that for personal messages. If the iPhone thinks it's from an individual or a business, it'll allow that through if you choose to turn that on. Transactions such as order updates or receipts can be allowed to pop up a notification, and promotions. If there's a sale or something like that, that can also be prompted to allow it to pop up a notification. Text message filtering can use a third-party service such as ActiveArmor from AT&T to automatically filter messages for you. You have an option to use none or to choose one of the options listed below. Yours may appear different depending on who your phone carrier is. The next time you open messages, tap Filters at the top and you'll see known senders, unknown senders, and spam, and any other categories you've enabled. Your primary inbox will stay clutter-free, and you don't have to second-guess every message that comes through. Be aware, though, that you might need to check that folder from time to time to make sure that you haven't missed an important text message that was filtered incorrectly. All right, those 5 will save you time, stress, and confusion. But there's one more bonus tip I don't want you to miss. It's like having a secret superpower in your pocket. Now, this one isn't new to iOS 26, but for those of us who are over 40 or just have bad eyesight in general, this one's for you. Have you ever been at a restaurant trying to read the tiny print on a menu or squinting at the back of a product label? Your iPhone already has a digital magnifying glass built in. You simply need to turn it on. Let's walk through the process to set that up. To add the magnifier to the control center on your iPhone, what you'll do is you'll swipe down in the top right of your iPhone screen. You'll just press and hold, and an option to add a control will pop up. We'll tap the Add a Control, and then we'll select Magnifier, and you'll see that's displayed on the screen. Just tap anywhere to actually use the magnifier. You simply tap the plus magnifying glass. Now as you move it around, you'll see I can zoom in on an object and read very small print. I can slide the slider back and forth to zoom in and out. I can press Capture, which will freeze the screen so I can read it easier. I can adjust the contrast. I can adjust the colors if I need to. I also can turn on a flashlight if I'm in a dark situation. This is a very handy way to be able to read the small print in tricky situations. Once you start using it, you'll wonder how you lived without it. If these iPhone tips helped make your phone easier to use, do me a favor, hit like and subscribe for more tech made simple. I break down updates, tools, and gear in a way that helps you actually use them, not just watch them. Drop a comment below. Let me know which of these tips you're going to try first, and then I'll see you in the next video.